everyone, I wanted to make this video to explain how I'm creating my preset in the Fractal AxeFx 3. So I'm not going to do a ton of talking throughout the whole thing. I just wanted to let you hear some of the sounds, and also I will be sharing this preset on the Fractal Axe Exchange website. But I've had a lot of people over my social media asking me how I'm creating the tones, so I figured I would let you hear that. So my presets are always pretty straightforward. The way I do it is I don't know if you may not be familiar with the terminology, but in the AxeFx world, they have these things called scenes. So scenes are basically presets within a preset. The Line 6 Helix, they call it snapshots, but I used to use the Line 6 Helix, but now I'm using the AxeFx 3. The big reason why I went to the AxeFx 3 was just the level of detail for editing things is a lot higher in the AxeFx 3. It's a lot more powerful. So I'm a little bit of a tweaker, and that's kind of why I always wanted to go with the AxeFx. But looking at the preset, like I said, I'm pretty straightforward with how I set up a preset. It's always going to be eight different scenes, and what I typically do is I'll have my first scene is just distorted djenty guitar, and that'll be for all my rhythm and chugging. And then what I'll do is I'll incrementally increase delays and reverbs. So that's what I'm doing across the first four scenes. And then the second four scenes, what I'm doing is I'm starting out with a clean amp with just a little bit of a recording studio reverb, and then I gradually increase the delays and reverbs. So that's kind of how I lay out a preset. So the first thing is just what I call chunk. I don't know why I name it that, but that's just like my djenty sound. So that sounds like this. So pretty straightforward. And then my next preset here, so as you can see in the AxeFx here, well, this scene is pretty straightforward, like I said. So you're just coming in a little gate here to keep it nice and clean with all that distortion. You definitely want it to have the gates in there to keep it nice and clean so it's not all staticky between your chugging. The distortion that I'm using is the Tone of Kings. It's set up like that. The amp, like I said, all of this is triple crown. It'll either be the distorted channel or the clean channel. Here are my cabs that I'm using. What I like about the AxeFx 3 is just one cab block. You're able to actually use up to 4 different cabs, which is that's crazy. A lot of powerful stuff there. The volume pedal for all my scenes and presets, I always keep the volume after the cab. That's just what I do. And then this one, I just have the second patch coming, or second line coming down here. I just do a little bit of an EQ curve there. My EQ is always changing, just depending on how I feel that day. But that's how that looks. I'm just using a little bit of multi-band compression to just compress the low end a little bit. I feel if you don't do that, it gets a little flubby down with especially because I play a lot of 7-string guitars. So whenever you're chunking along, you know, it gets a little flubby if you don't set this up. So whenever I play, so as you can see, whenever I'm playing, it's just, you know, compressing that low end. So that's really cool there. This has a little bit of a recording studio reverb to just make it sound more like it's actually in a room instead of very, very dry. have the looper set up there. This input too is just so I can run my Roland Phantom into my AxeFx so I can play along. So that's just why I have that in there. You can ignore that if you want. So anyways, let's make our way to our second scene. So this one I just call lead, and all I do is just bring in a little bit of stereo tape delay. So yeah, just a little bit of tape delay in there added. And then the next preset, or next scene, sorry, is just, I call it big lead. So it's just adding a multi-quad tap delay to that one. And I think it might change the reverb too. Yeah, so between the two reverbs, yeah, you're going from a recording studio to the Asylum Hall, Crazy Hall. So yeah, that's like my main reverb that I'm using, or that's like the main scene that I'm always playing, that one. And then the next one just goes even crazier. I just add the Plex Delay in there, and that sounds like this. So you just hear that big Plex delay, just fill it out. I love that one. It's very cool. Anyways, and then the next one, we're going to dive into my clean stuff. So this one is just clean dry. It changes over the amp. It changes over to the Triple Crest 2. Everything we just saw in the last four, well, that was all Triple Crest 3. Again, this is going to be for free, so you can download it. But just a very nice clean tone. And it just has that nice little recording studio room reverb to it. So yeah, very good, very clean sounding there. And then again, so now I'm just going to start adding on delays and reverbs. So now just a little bit of the quad tap delay on there. Let's see. So So not too much reverb, just a little bit of delay on there. And then the next one we add in more reverb, I think. Okay, so the reverb's the same as the last one, but then we're adding this one's just tape delay actually. So it's not adding to that other one, it's just changing the delay. Still pretty dry. Yeah, I haven't played around too much with these scenes, the cleaner scenes, just the very clean, and then the next one I'm going to show you I've played a lot with. This next one is the drive wet. So what this does is it changes it from the triple crest 2 to the triple crest 3, which is going to be a more distorted sound. But I'm learning a song by Intervals. It's called Sleight of Hand, and this is the scene for a lot of the cleaner parts. So it goes. Still learning it, but I love this song. So anyways, yeah, this sounds awesome. So what this does is it just changes it over the triple crest 3. Stereo tape delay, you got the quad tap delay, and then also adds in the Plex reverb. Just sounds really good. And then even if you start to do like swells with it, it sounds really good. So yeah, that's my main Triple Crown preset that I'm playing a lot of right now. Like I said, this is going to be available. I'm going to have the link for the preset that you can download in the description. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.